Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Are you looking for the very best value in a desktop gaming computer today? Do you want to play all current games at 1080p resolution, 60 frames per second at high detail? Stop, you have come to the right video. This is the $720 CyberPower gaming PC. I love this machine. Now, linked in the video description below will be the link to Amazon.com. Go check it out. This thing is a crazy good deal. This is the second CyberPower machine I've reviewed on my channel. The previous one was very similar to this, but it was last year's model. This is refreshed for 2017, new and improved with a better motherboard and a faster processor. Now, before I go into all the details on this computer, let me make one thing absolutely clear. CyberPower did not sponsor this video and they didn't send it to me. They should, after all the press I gave them last year on the previous model, which was last year's best deal. This replaces it at the same price point, giving you a better motherboard and more performance. That's a win-win all the way around. So I did buy this myself off of Amazon. The link to Amazon, as I said, is in the description below. If after watching this or the upcoming videos you decide that this is for you, please do me the favor, use that link when you go buy it. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, I said at the beginning of this video that this computer is the deal, and it is. Why? A couple of reasons. First of all, you really can't spend any less than this if you want to be able to make the claim, play all current games at 1080p resolution at 60 frames per second at an average of high detail. You can certainly get less expensive computers, but you'll have to compromise somewhere in there. This is, in my opinion, the perfect 1080p gaming machine from a value perspective. In terms of what you pay versus the overall performance you get in gaming, it really doesn't get any better than this. You can spend more, but you are not going to get proportionately more gaming performance than at this price point. The second reason this computer is such an amazing value for the money is because of the parts that CyberPower provides. Most pre-built computers are customized or custom one-off machines that aren't designed to be easy to upgrade, easy to own for many years. This does not include bottom-of-the-barrel no-name components. In fact, the case is from Cooler Master, the power supply is from Thermaltake, the motherboard and graphics card are from MSI. These are retail components. They even include the retail motherboard manual with this. It is not a CyberPower specific motherboard. So this computer can last you many, many years of use and you can upgrade it over the years. And I'll talk about that later in the video. But it's the quality of parts they provide, not just their performance. Performance and quality leads me to the third point, which is the fact that you cannot build this computer for $720. The value in the parts here is actually more than that. Now, linked in the video description below is not just going to be the link to this computer. I will also link to all of the parts of this computer so you can go try this yourself. MSI B250 Bazooka motherboard, Cooler Master MasterBox 5 case, all will be linked down below. Go add them to your Amazon shopping cart and see what the total is. If that point doesn't impress the value here to you, let me offer one final thought. If you buy all those parts, you still have to build the computer. Now, maybe you enjoy building computers, fair enough. But if you don't enjoy building computers, that adds another chore. This comes ready to run out of the box with Windows 10 already installed on the hard drive. But even putting aside the issue of building the computer, then you have tech support. If you build your own machine, your tech support. If you build it, turn it on and it doesn't work, what are you going to do? Do you have spares of everything to play swap the parts? Most people don't. Now, beyond that, if something breaks, then you got to figure out what's wrong with it and deal with each individual company dealing with warranty service. When you buy a complete pre-built machine, it becomes CyberPower's problem. Hello, CyberPower? Yes, computer doesn't work. Fix it. 1 year parts and labor warranty on the entire computer and lifetime telephone tech support. In fact, the 800 number to CyberPower is printed on a sticker right on the back of the machine. It's their problem, not yours. So you have incredible performance for the money, you have industry standard quality components, you have a unified warranty from one company. That's a deal. Now I want to quickly talk about what comes in the computer specifically. Starting off with our CPU, we have Intel's i5 7400 CPU. This is a 4-core, 4-thread, 7th generation processor which Intel just launched in January of this year, 2017. It runs at up to 3.5 gigahertz. at this price point, that is a great CPU. It will run all current games. You can edit images, you can edit videos, you can multitask, you can browse the web, you can watch YouTube videos such as this. It is an excellent mid-level CPU that will handle all your computing tasks. That CPU is installed in the MSI B250 Bazooka motherboard. Now the Bazooka is just MSI's model name. I mentioned before, all these will be linked in the description below if you'd like to learn more about any of these parts. But this is better than a basic entry-level motherboard because it has 4 RAM slots and 6 serial ATA ports. It actually has reasonable expansion options. It even has an M.2 slot for a solid-state drive. This is a nice motherboard, and because it is from MSI, you can expect BIOS updates for future CPUs and upgrades in the years to come. System memory. We have 8 gigabytes of DDR4 2400 MHz system RAM installed in 2 4 gigabyte modules. This means that the RAM is running in dual channel RAM. This is a good thing. There are 2 free memory slots, leaving you room to install more system RAM, either 2 more 4 gigabyte modules if you wish to upgrade to 16, or you can install 2 8 gigabyte modules if you wish to upgrade to 24 gigs of RAM. So long as you install a matched set of RAM in the other 2 modules of whatever size, the memory will continue operating in dual channel mode for maximum speed. Graphics card, the reason for this computer in the first place. We have MSI's RX 480 4 gigabyte dedicated gaming graphics card, 1080p, full HD, 60 frames per second, high detail, everything I have thrown at this computer so far, from Battlefield 1 to Grand Theft Auto 5 to Rise of the Tomb Raider to Doom, all of them play beautifully on this machine as it comes. You will not have any problems playing games on this computer whatsoever. System storage. 1 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive. If I had any complaint with this computer, it's that it doesn't come with a solid state drive. But if you've watched my channel, you'll know that that's my complaint with all computers that don't come with SSDs. Now, I did install a solid state drive in this machine. Now, that video hasn't been published on the day this video gets published, but it's already been filmed and uploaded, and it will be linked in the playlist in the description below once I post it. That moves us on to our power supply. This computer comes with a 600 watt Thermaltake power supply. It includes 4 PCI Express power connectors. In the future, if you wanted to install 2 graphics cards that each need 2 PCI Express power connectors, you'd be set. This power supply can handle it. The fact that a pre-built system, although it's really a custom-built machine, comes with such a nice power supply is a really great feature. Now, I mentioned the case a couple of times earlier. Mid-Tower Cooler Master MasterBox 5 computer case. This is a wonderful case that has in fact been upgraded by CyberPower PC. By default, it comes with 1 fan in the front without LED lights. This one comes with 2. And just for fun, I have turned it on so you can see what the red LED looks like. Now, they may not look like they're spinning to you, and that's because the LEDs don't spin. The fans spin, but the LEDs do not. In addition to the 2 fans up front, there is also a red LED fan in the back. The 5 1/4 inch drive cage has been added. That's not standard on this case. And the top vents that lets you add even more cooling are also added by CyberPower PC. While this case is about $60 normally, they've added another $30 in upgrades, bringing the value of this case to $90. The other items that CyberPower PC includes is a DVD reader and writer, an AC Wi-Fi adapter, keyboard, mouse, a legal copy of Windows 10. You can't see it, but there's actually a certificate of authenticity sticker over here on the far side of the machine. And as I said before, 1-year parts and labor warranty and lifetime telephone tech support. All in all, this is an incredible value for $720. I highly recommend this machine. I've been nothing but pleased with my previous one, which I've now owned for almost a year. I've been happy with this for the few weeks that I've had it, and I recommend it without any reservation whatsoever. I would briefly like to just take a minute to show you what comes in it. Now, I'll open the keyboard up in a minute. The other thing you get with it is this wonderful box. I mentioned the motherboard manual before. Inside the box, you get a variety of things. First up, we have our AC Wi-Fi adapter. In fact, it's even in a retail box here. It's a USB adapter that you can either plug in the front or the back, depending upon what gets better reception for you. We have a nice gaming mouse included here. Now, while this is not a top-of-the-line fancy mouse, it's better than the $10 mice that you might find in a typical budget pre-built machine. This has selectable DPI settings for sensitivity. It has adjustable weights in it. You can either make it heavier or lighter depending upon which you prefer. There are multiple side buttons that you can use as well. So it's not just a 2-button mouse. It does have many options. If you're looking for a good gaming mouse, give this a try before you go spend any money on something else. And then we have a miscellaneous bag of items that were included in the box. I mentioned the manual before, but there's more in here than just that. We have a driver installation CD for our graphics card. We have a Windows 10 installation CD, which is nice to have if you ever need to reinstall Windows. It's always nice to have one of those. You can make these yourself, of course, but it's nice that they included it. We have a motherboard driver installation CD for all of the drivers on the motherboard, although you really shouldn't need this because Windows 10 takes care of that for you, but hey, they put it in because it was in the package. I mentioned before the motherboard manual. This is a real retail motherboard, and as you can see here, they actually included the manual. When is the last time you got a real motherboard manual with a pre-built computer? That's pretty cool. No, none of you are going to care about this, but this MSI Quick Installation Guide is actually what normally comes in MSI motherboards. When I open up a retail box motherboard, this is in there. CyberPower even goes to the trouble to give you the original back plate covers for where the graphics card is installed. Now, odds are you will never use these things because you're not going to run this computer without a graphics card. But if you ever wanted to and you wanted to cover up the 2 slots the graphics card take up, they provided those as well. That is a nice touch. And finally, we have a nice quality power cable for plugging this into the wall. That brings us to our final item, the keyboard. Most OEM pre-built computers have dreadful keyboards. Acer, HP, Lenovo, I don't use any of them, they're terrible. This is actually a really nice keyboard. Don't discount this before you've given it a try. And here we have our keyboard. Now this is a very nice keyboard and it's far better than what is typically included in pre-built machines. Please note, it is not a mechanical keyboard. It is a membrane keyboard, but even that being said, it's nice. I would use this keyboard. In addition to colored WASD keys and colored arrow keys, you also have specialty keys on both sides. Volume control, playback and pause buttons for YouTube videos are included on both sides. You have a nice long straight power cord that's tied up nicely on both ends. This will stretch out fairly far. This is a nice keyboard. If you're thinking of going out and buying a gaming keyboard, give this a try before you spend money. You might be pleasantly surprised. All in all, when you look at the entire value of this package, this is the best deal on a gaming desktop computer on the market today, bar none. Like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you loved it. Remember to subscribe to my channel with that big huge red button directly below this video. Questions and comments in the comment section, and as always, check out my video description. First of all, do you like these videos? Do you like my how-to guides, hardware guides, unboxings, game performance videos? Please consider supporting my channel on Patreon. There'll be a link right down there to my Patreon. If you can offer $1, $5, whatever you can contribute is greatly appreciated, and every single dollar from Patreon goes right back into the channel to do more deal videos, more how-to guides, more unboxings, and more reviews. Finally, check out the links to Amazon in the video description below, both for the individual components as well as this machine. If this video was helpful to you, please use those links. Finally, the full playlist to this computer will also be down there. Now, when this video first publishes, this will be the only video. I have already filmed first boot Windows setup, Windows performance review, game performance videos, hardware upgrade, installing an SSD and more RAM in this, as well as the clone process of moving Windows from the hard drive to the SSD. Those have all been filmed and will be uploaded over the next week or so. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.